Additionally, it would allow students to participate in athletic programs that are based on their consistently assigned gender identity, asserted gender identity, and use the school facilities and be treated consistently with that identity. The third bill is from Rep. Hohenstein. That is a proposal that would ensure that inclusive school curriculum and the representation of all student identities by requiring age-appropriate curriculum for K-12 students on the experiences, perspectives, and political and social and economic contributions of LGBTQ people. And then the last bill is Rep. to CAC. Please tell me I'm saying that wrong. Probably incorrectly, and I apologize. But that proposal would ensure that every school district has a clear policy for trans and non-binary students. The policy must extend schools' anti-bullying and retaliation policies to these individuals, establish best practices for student and family support during a student's transitioning period, and respect a student's privacy. And it would also include students' preferred identity and pronouns be protected. So that's some really comprehensive stuff. And it's incredible, right? It's incredible that all of this work, guess what, happened over like the course of the past year. These bills were not written a year ago today. And yet a year ago, like a year later, right, we're here and they're sitting in that they're sitting in that education committee, right? And they're waiting, they're stalling is what's happening. They're stalling on a hearing and a vote. So I want to bring that to your attention because what you can do is you can contact House members who are on that education committee, including the chair, Rep. Schweier, and tell him, hey, this is really important to me. This would impact me, this would impact people that I love, and I think you should have a hearing on it and vote on it because it's important. So I really want to encourage you to do that. If you have the capacity to do so, you can email, you can phone call. It's really easy to find their information online, so please do that. Because I think all of us know that this legislation is necessary, and it's urgent, right? So with that, I would like to invite Lain to come up and speak. Lain is a trans woman and educator in NEPA.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lain Kaplan. I'm 46. I am a veteran educator. I've taught for about 20 years. Currently, I am an adjunct at Marywood University. And I came out to talk to you guys today about when we're talking about the experiences of education and kids. I mean, I knew that I was not a typical person growing up. I wasn't, but I grew up in the 80s, and trans was not really a term that I really knew outside of Rocky Horror. Which, I mean, Frankenfurter is awesome, but that's not really my life. I mean, maybe someday. I dreamed. But yeah, so, you know, I had a lot of issues coming out in my 40s and dealing with a lot of people saying, oh my God, Lain, that's why you were weird for so many years. But, you know, the people who know me have said that I'm definitely a lot happier. I've made so many friends and networked, but I'm a really lucky woman. I have to say, you know, so many trans and queer people have been ostracized and kicked out of like youth groups and churches and synagogues. And, you know, I grew up Jewish and I was dealing with harassment, especially this goddamn time of year with Easter. And people calling me Antichrist, oh God, it was just a nightmare. So yeah, coming out like as trans, like even some of the people who I grew up with in like religious at services, they didn't really get it, but I was able to win them over. You know, when I'm teaching at Marywood, which is a conservative Catholic university, and I go to a lot of like staff meetings that I don't have to sit in on, to be there to kind of push awareness of people like me. And there's a lot of queer and trans students there who are closeted and don't feel comfortable being themselves in public. So I try to take a bit of aggro and make my voice heard so that the staff and the faculty know, wow, we have someone like that who is teaching here with us, and their students love them and respect them, and they're professional, and they kick ass. The standard that we face for being a marginalized group is not fair, but life is not fair, and we have to push hard to try to get around that. And I think that's why I'm really envious a lot of the kids who are growing up in high school and junior high school and who have trans friends. And we need to be here as adults because they're going to go through ostracism, and we need to show them that it does get better over time. That's really important. So, and I have a habit of getting really passive aggressive with questions in faculty meetings because anytime that I feel like groups are being marginalized, we have to stick together with intersectionality and stand up for people of color, for people of religious minorities, for people from low-income backgrounds, from refugees, and we're all in this together. So please embrace your neighbors and be kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Lain. That's really well said. All of our issues are connected. We're all human, and I think we need to remind some people of that. But I know it's possible that people can change their hearts and their minds. So next up, I want to invite Ethan, who is part of our LGBTQ committee.
Hello, my name is Ethan. My pronouns are he, they, and I am a trans man. I've been out and living as a man for about 4 years. Now, one of the first people asked when they find out I'm trans is what it was like to come out, but the trans experience doesn't start when you come out, obviously. See, looking back, there were definitely signs, but I think I first actually became aware I was trans a few years before I came out, in middle school to be exact. I then proceeded to try and push those feelings down because I didn't want to be trans, or to be put it in more exact terms, I didn't want to deal with people's reactions to me coming out as trans. And while I love my family dearly, there were definitely reasons I was nervous to come out to them. Even now, with a lot of my family being accepting, I still don't know how well it would have blown over if I had come out then in high school. The second and almost as influential reason I didn't come out sooner was school. School can be great in a lot of ways for kids to learn, not just math and science and language arts, but also how to interact with each other and be themselves. And knowing I was trans added another layer. I was always second-guessing people, listening to the things they would say. Sometimes people surprise you in good ways, sometimes not so good ways. I'm sure we've all experienced hearing the jokes people make at our expenses. And I felt like this with a lot of people, but the thing that helped me get through it was the friends I made in high school. There was one classmate I knew who was trans, who didn't know I was trans at the time, but just seeing them being out and being themselves helped fill me with like a lot of hope for the future. And I eventually did become friends with them, and there were friends I made outside of school and people I knew who were trans, and I think community is very important, and just being in community together. One of the, I think, happiest moments I had in high school was my senior prom, when I finally had the courage to tell my mom I will not be wearing a dress to prom, and you cannot make me. So she said, okay. And she got me a nice suit, and that was like, I think, a pivoting moment for me, at least, where I was like, okay, I have to be out and open, like, and for the rest of senior year, I didn't end up coming out, but just being able to like wear a suit when I wanted to helped so much. And I felt more comfortable then, even like getting side eyes from people, than I ever did trying to fit in and dress for other people. And that comfort and joy I felt being true to myself for the first time with friends is a joy I want all trans youth, as well as trans adults, to be able to feel. Children spend way much time in school for it to be a place where any of them should feel like they have to be afraid to be themselves. Trans joy should always trump hate, and I feel that the most when I'm with other queer people. So thank you all for being here and in community together today.
The last person I want to invite up to speak, if they would like to, this is no pressure at all, is Levi of Action Together. So Levi has just been absolutely incredible and supportive, and I could not have put on this event without them. So Levi, please come up here and say some words.
My name's Levi. I know a lot of you. I don't know some of you. I'd like to. Please feel free to come speak with me after this. But, yeah, what is there to say? 2 hours ago, I was pacing my girlfriend's apartment, debating if I was gonna speak to you guys today, because sometimes I don't feel like I have anything of worth to say about it. I was not a trans youth. I did not come out until I was 23 years old. And I know looking at me right now, you might not guess it, but I went to high school almost every day in 6-inch heels and a mini skirt, and I felt naked without my fingernails painted. And it wasn't for lack of knowledge of the trans community. My best friend came out to me at 15 as non-binary, and you know, I knew that it was an option. And I remember when they told me, the first thing I thought was like, oh, thank God I don't have to deal with that. Like, thank God I'm fine with being perceived with my gender at birth, right? But I want to say, like, almost 20 years before I came out, I would page through my mom's baby name books and cry to her and ask why she must have picked such a feminine name for me. Like, come on, don't I look more like a Joey or a Levi, apparently? 5 years later, I was 11 years old and having maybe the worst mental breakdown of my life, trying to buy my first bras in the JCPenney dressing room with my mom. And I remember her telling me, you're going to appreciate those one day. And it's been 15 more years and I'm still waiting. I went through high school thinking that I was okay being perceived with what was expected of me, right? And I look back at the level of anxiety that I felt every single day, and I would go to therapists, I would go to my doctor and let them know that I could never be at an event like this. I could barely hang out with 5 of my friends at the movie theater without having a full-blown panic attack. And now I am, 3 or 4 years after coming out now? And I'm speaking to a whole group of my community. I work as an organizer every day in community. I play pinball once a week with the queerest group of people I've ever met down at Bartari in Scranton. And if you want to join us, please do. We have some flyers over the Action Together table. I pull a group of my friends together once a month to have pizza in Scranton with Action Together, and I feel like I'm making a difference. I have never been happier and I've never felt more accepted than I have with everybody here today. And I appreciate that so much. And, you know, 4 years after transitioning, all I can think of is how much richer my life would have been in high school if I could have this. So please make sure that you're reaching out to your legislators. Please make sure that you're getting together with one of the groups here today, because all of our power is in numbers. And thank you for loving me. Thank you for being my community. And I love all of you. And one more quick thing. One of my projects within Action Together and This Together is Bean's Closet. It is a trans and non-binary clothing closet. Clothing is always free for the trans and non-binary community and anybody who's questioning. It can be really expensive to try to figure out who you are and what you want to look like, and we want to help a little bit with that. Any sort of clothing, gender-affirming care, we have it. And coming up on April 7th, we are having an event that's open to the whole community, trying to clear out our closet, get some new stuff in, and we need to clear up space for that. So that is open to everybody in the community. If you're not trans or non-binary, it, I think, is a $5 suggested donation for a bag of clothing. So better deal than you're going to find at any of the thrift stores, and probably cooler clothes too. So I hope to see you all there, and thanks for being here today.
So I realized I did not actually introduce myself because most of you already know who I am. I have a bad habit of doing that. So, my name is Alec Walker-Serrano. I am a trans masculine person. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns. Very much like Levi, I was scared as a kid and frustrated. I think that most trans people can relate to that feeling of just like loneliness and why is no one seeing me as I see myself? Like, when I was a kid, I didn't actually know that like I wasn't being perceived as a boy until I went to school, because in my brain I just was. I just was myself. And then I started getting told who I was, and that felt awful. And then I got pushed in a direction that I didn't want to be pushed in because it just wasn't me. So I want to thank Levi, and I want to thank Ethan, and I want to thank every person who's part of this community who is open to sharing what your experience is like, because I know that there is so much pain, but we're here because there's also so much love and so much hope. When I first put on this event last year, with the help of many of you who are here today, I was amazed at the turnout. I was amazed how many people showed up. And amazing work has been born just from that one day, because that one day gave me the hope that I could do like this work in NEPA. I didn't know that I could. So thank you for continuing to be involved and for inspiring me and making me feel safe to just be myself. I got the chance also to share on Wednesday in Harrisburg about my own experience in the Lackawanna County Public Schools and how it was tough, but it's become so much tougher in so many schools across the Commonwealth for trans youth, and it's not fair. And we need to be doing more, especially our allies. So our allies who are here today, first of all, I love you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing up. I see you too, and we need you, and we especially need you on this, because we're talking about something that is just so vital and so important. I want to end this segment by reading something that a little girl, 7 years old, Ella, shared in Harrisburg, and she just so happens to be trans. So this is what Ella, or Eleanor, said in Harrisburg at the Safe and Equal Schools rally. She said, "My name is Eleanor, and I am transgender. When I grow up, I want to be a teacher, so my students know that they don't have to hide who they are. When I grow up, I want to be an activist, so I can help people who need the most help. When I grow up, I want to be a mom, so that my kids will know I love them for who they are, so that no one has to leave, when I grow up, I want to be the president, so that no one has to leave the country because they don't feel safe. When I grow up, the world will be a better place, because bullies never win if you stand up to them. When I grow up, I'll still be transgender, even though sometimes it feels hard. Because when I grow up, I'm still gonna be me, no matter what." And I'm struggling to read that. And it was hard to hear, like that a 7-year-old kid who has all this hope in the world felt the need to come to Harrisburg to say, please treat me and other kids like me, with kindness and see us just as we are. But I also feel so inspired because the fact that a 7-year-old kid who is in a district that is not very friendly to them, in an area that's not very friendly to them, has that heart and that hope and that passion and that love and that belief that there's nothing wrong with them and they can make the world a better place. And I think that's like beautiful. So yeah, I hope we all remember her words that when we grow up, even though we're already grown up, we can be an activist. We can be somebody who makes people feel loved and safe. So with all that, let's get into the joy, because we're here to celebrate. We have some incredible artists and performers. We have one visual arts table set up over here with Jenny and Marina. So go check that out. But we're going to kick it off here with Maura Chappell, who's going to be playing some music for us. See?
So my name is Maura. I use she, they pronouns. This is called Choose Love. And it's kind of about my struggles with mental health, as well as choosing love and being kind. So I hope you like it. robbing myself of peace. Take a moment and just breathe and imagine the magic that'll happen. Oh, when I relax and find my peace, move with intention and with ease. No distraction, I'm taking action. Don't you want to know how I do it? The past I'm letting go and working through it. I'm working through it 'cause I deserve the love that I give away. They can make a choice every single day. I choose love and I choose it every day. No more hiding, I will not hide away. Hide away, hide away, yeah. I will not hide away. Slow down, 'cause this life can go so fast. I'll keep myself on track. I'm still standing, be understanding. Don't you want to know how I do it? The past I'm letting go and working through it. I'm working through it 'cause I deserve the love that I give away. You can make a choice every single day. I choose love and I choose it every day. No more hiding, I will not hide away. Hide away, I won't hide away. I deserve the love that I give away. You can make a choice every single day. I choose love and I choose it every day. No more hiding, I will not hide. I deserve the love that I give away. You can make a choice every single day. Please choose love and choose it every day. No more hiding, we will not hide away. Hide away, hide away. We will not hide away. Thank you. That one's not out yet, but this one is out on streaming if you want to listen to it on there. It's called Shine, and it's about my support group that I have and how they help me be myself and they love me. So yeah. Been a week since I fell apart. Felt the weight of the world and broke your heart. And I don't ever always stay right by your side. I'm keeping the light on. Oh, 'cause you help me shine. You take the madness out of Monday, lift my spirits up on Sunday. You do. You help me shine. Oh, I can hardly keep my cool. Because of you, I can do anything. You help me shine. You take the madness out of Monday, lift my spirits up on Sunday. You do. You help me shine. Oh, I can hardly keep my cool. Because of you, I can do anything. Because of you, I can do anything.
Let's hear it for Marina.
My name is Marina. I make sounds, some good, most questionable. I've been having a wild, heckin' 2 months, but man, one thing I'm grateful for is gender affirming care. I just made it 2 years on HRT last week and so. I'm so freaking happy. It's been such an improvement to my quality of life. I'm so freaking happy to be here. Even though it's been wild and bananas, I'm gonna play some songs. Most of my songs don't have words, so I hope the music moves you. This song has words though. hear a sad one, or you guys want to hear like a kind of upbeat one? All right. I heard upbeat first. My name's Marina. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Marina, or actually my Instagram is Michi_Sonidos. Thank you. I love you.
Don't know what I should do. Never said you're sorry too. But I think I forgive you. At least just enough to talk with you. You haven't been nice yet to apologize. Won't hold my breath. Won't hold my breath. Will we burn bridges coated with accelerate? What do we say? What do we say? I can't feel my fingers. I heard about it. I wait for the shower, but I think that possibly you might accept me. I won't hold my breath. I won't hold my breath. I will burn bridges coated with accelerate. What do you say? What do you say? Thank y'all, thank y'all. foraging for twigs, autumn. Stacking back in my color, I'll go in the autumn. I never had much of anything, but I don't want just anything. I feel the magnetic pull calling me down as things cool down around this town. Hope you know that I love you. That's the way that you love me. Am I making much sense? A little drip into my head. Oh, I can't sleep yet. A little drip into my head. The subsiding of the infinite night. Well, who would have thought there was existence outside? Well, not I, certainly not I, 'cause I was trying to keep my distance, and somehow my heart had just ended up in it, and I don't wanna be in love. Well, my plans are in flux. Hope you know that I love you. Much the way that you love me. Well, am I making much sense? A little drink into my head. Oh, I can't sleep yet. A little drink into my head. I don't know where I'm going. Do you know where I'm coming from? Well, am I making much sense? No? A little drink into my head. Whoa, I can't sleep yet. A little drink into my head. Whoa, can't sleep yet. Little drink went to my head. See the wood frames crumble, temperature rise. Started to laugh just in time though, started to cry. Hello, Miss Watkins, from Newswatch 16. Should I get my good side? Could you please get the good side of me? Well, I didn't do it for the money, but you know that, well, money's nice too. Stains and them holes in the wall and all them goddamn nights I spent with you. You know what? Type in Jenny Davala on your music streaming thing of your choice. Look up them songs. That last one is Ember Bed. It's up there somewhere. You could listen to it.
Let's give it up for Jenny and Marina one more time. And next up, we're going to have Black Gardens. They just got to get set up, and then we should hear some pretty sweet tunes, I'm pretty sure. So.
What's up, everybody? We're Black Gardens. We're gonna be freaks, and we're gonna jump around. And I know it's raining, and I know it's wet.
we're gonna encourage everybody to jump around. Otherwise, we're gonna look like idiots, and you wouldn't want that. On Trans Day of Visibility, no less. Let's all be visible together. This song is for cops, Zionists, oppressors, villains, crooks. This is a song that we made this week. So we're gonna see how this goes. Although I guess made isn't the right word, because y'all ever hear of the Cardigans? To get a little real, this song is very important to us. It's been a very hard couple of years. And it's hard to remember how to keep being around. And the song's about that.
From the top floor, a suicide pact enacted on my family and friends that if the world in the West Bank, we were better off running and making a mess than making
The
demand.
view from the top floor lets my hand be the end of the ants walking fast on the ground. You say a penny isn't worth much, and I'd agree if it wasn't falling faster than a bullet fired out my hand.
From the top floor, glass down, watched it shatter at the bottom, looked just like you. I smiled, laughed, that was so cute. Before the thought became much overrated. I was singing, your guys want bells, just the time of the end. From the top floor, from my head to my hands, still down next to the headlight on my shirt. I got my stomach. You told me that the body fans and national responses to the comments. Hold your body up, bloody color on a skin mask. I saw something in the dust, it was coming again. I saw something in the dust, it was coming again. Thought you'd understand. I saw something in the dust, it was coming again.
Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Hope you have a great time.
Okay, so this poem is called Trans Pizza. Kind of like bring, the NEPA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, ready. Thin crust, light sauce, extra sweet, olives on top. Super thick, deep fried, dipped in ranch, white double crust. Fridays during Lent, bar pie, brick oven, half a tray, the Saturday game. Happy birthday, buffalo chicken, swirled with sauce, before bed. Banana peppers, good grades, pasta, beer, cake, pickles, family owned, between brothers, before breakfast, in your kitchen, at the mall, freezer aisle, a friend's car, corner joint, melting downward, sizzling strong, raising up, waiting long, Sheets parking lot, church bazaar, there are many different ways to be who you are.
Next, we are going to have Phoenix Davis. You may have heard Phoenix perform before because they have performed at other events like this, including a vigil that was held last month and Transgender Day of Remembrance. And then there was something else I wrote down about you. There we go. Phoenix has a decade of vocal training and plays 6 instruments. Woo!
That's gangster!
And also is going to go to college for music. They are non-binary 17-year-old. And yeah, Phoenix.
So this song, if you have been at some of the other events I've been at recently, you may have heard before. It's a song I actually wrote for the Trans Day of Remembrance vigil in November. But this is an original that I wrote about the experience of being trans and just the general struggle, but just the general experience. And I wrote this to be cathartic. So I hope this can be cathartic, enjoyable, whatever it may be for our allies. First of all, we love you. Second of all, I hope this can maybe give a little bit of insight into our life. So this is called Younger Sadder Me, Transfer. And start to bruise and wonder why you can't right if you get to exist. You get confused and start to bruise, wonder why it can't be fixed. 'Cause whether they think I'm right or wrong, we're still here. Oh, oh, I live in the fear of those who hate. I love in the fear of those who hurt. I live in the fear of who I am. I love in the fear of those who hate. But I'm still here. I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are. But won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, 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 oh. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Oh, fire away, 'cause today I won't let this shame sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. Yeah, that's who we've become. Won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, this is Bruce, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, this is me. And I know that I deserve your love. There's nothing I'm not worthy of. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, this is me. Davis. I have some business cards. If you want my information, Instagram is phoenix.davis.music. If you want to hit me up, if you want to hire me. Woo!
Next up, we have Maggie Jane, who sent me a bio to read. Lain, who uses they, them pronouns, is a performer and songwriter from Kingston, PA. New to the comedy scene, they've performed since the age of 11 in countless community theater productions throughout NEPA. Recent notable roles include Rusty in Little Theater's production of Footloose the Musical, Maureen in Little Theater's production of Rent, and Ilona Ritter in the King's College production of She Loves Me. In addition to being a full scholarship recipient of the 2017 PAA Gala, Maggie has received vocal instruction from Broadway and other professional performers like Alice Ripley and Natalie Weiss. Their proudest accomplishment to date was directing Kiss Theater's production of Goosebumps the Musical, Phantom of the Dream last summer. When they aren't performing, Maggie can be found thrifting, cuddling their cats, and obsessing over their ever-growing Care Bear collection. So today, Maggie is going to be singing. Let's welcome up Maggie.
I'm Maggie. I'm the only one that sent a bio, which is fine. We love to be prepared. I'm going to start with a sad song. I'm so sorry. This song has been with me since I was a kid. It's Creep by Radiohead. When I came out as non-binary, I had no idea that was even a thing. Growing up, I just felt different. I didn't know that there was a place for me. I didn't know that there was a home, you know? And being here with you guys and helping this organization means so much to me because I was that kid that felt weird, that felt like they had no safe space. There was no bullying policy when I went to school. So when I came out, oh, that's not the song, sorry. When I came out, that was not fun. So I hope that we can continue making noise and changing things because they need to be changed. When you're here before, couldn't look you in the eyes. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very We're called the Gay Chapel. And we're gonna perform Umbrella by Rihanna.
very excited and honored to bring up our last performer who, poetry?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm just making sure because you were like, poetry, comedy, question mark?
I didn't know there would be kids here though.
So, Jinx Leonard, she, they, is a transplant, LOL, to the NEPA area from Northern Virginia/Coastal Virginia, capable of amazing things like transitioning, getting her name changed, getting on HRT, and writing a book, all while being homeless and working a fine dining job. There's pretty much nothing she can't do. You can read about her experiences or any trans experience in her book, Welcome to Second Puberty, which is available on Amazon and at Wall Street Art Mart in Philly. And it's currently being reviewed for the Plymouth Library. So,
So for Trans Day of Visibility, I decided to put on the first dress I ever bought when I first came out.
Aww.
And it fits like a glove now. Also had spider webs on it, but we're not going to talk about that. So I wrote a poem about wearing your first dress. And this title, First Dress, I'm so creative, I know. You better put on your Sunday best, better dress to impress, because these white folks aren't gonna be kind to you. Mama spoke these words if they were true, but I think it was only true because I was a dude. She ain't told me how to put on my first dress or how I should close my legs while the hound dogs beg for scraps. She told me I was handsome countless times, never told me I was beautiful and pretty. Ain't that a pity? When I put on my first dress, it slid off due to my flat chest. Mama would never said, wait your fill, patience will make you pretty. Ain't that a pity? Well, I'm gonna speak these words if they're true. Put on that first dress, ain't gonna be your best, but it's a start. Keep your head held high, mama, cause mama taught you something real true. Some folks ain't gonna be kind to a pretty thing like you. I wanna get that down. So it's called The Rules on Estrogen. Being a girl didn't come with a handbook or a step-by-step guide. It should have been easier than being a guy. Flowers, dresses, high heels. That was their deal, right? Oh, estrogen, you changed the rules once again. Got me liking flowers, dresses, high heels, and girls. Who said I could cry over a heartbreak, over a song on the radio, over animals cuddling and trying to stay warm? Who said I could cry? Surely not a guy. But maybe that's what Sappho was longing for. A girl who can see her as the girl that she was always meant to be. Butch or femme, didn't matter. Just someone who could finally understand what she was yearning for. You know, I thought I had them all figured out. Flowers, dresses, high heels, girls. Oh, estrogen, you changed the rules once again. But maybe I'm the girl that I've finally been longing for. This is the title poem called Welcome to Second Puberty. Welcome to second puberty, you crazy bitch. Decided to give gender a switch. Going through the changes to grow some pains, lose some friends. At the end, what do you get to say? Today is the day you will finally be okay. Welcome to your second puberty, you wild psycho bitch. Finally getting your wish. If I may say, and I don't mean a victim blame, but you did this to yourself. Growing some pains, losing some friends, in the end, what do you get to say? Today is the day you will finally be okay. This is your second puberty. You finally get to be the person you always dreamed. In the body you always deem, although it wasn't some fun. Grew some pains, lost some friends, yet gained new ones. What else can I say? Today is the day you'll start to feel okay. Thank you all for coming in, even though it was raining and all that stuff. But, you know, bigots try to rain on our parade every single day, but we're extraordinary like that. I also wanted to thank, you know, Hunter for coming all the way from Easton to just see me support. I also want to thank my best friend, Jay, who not only did this cover for my book, and also does a lot of art stuff. You should message him about that shit. He also saved my life. He also saved my life when I attempted back in 2022. It was really hard growing up and transitioning, homeless, losing family members and all that stuff. And I really thought I was alone, but you know, I felt a connection after coming out here, coming to these events, meeting people all over Pennsylvania, and I realized that I'm not alone. And yeah, shit's hard, but we make it easy, because that's why bigots hate us so much. And we're extraordinary. And I think that's what I'm gonna end this poem with. It's extraordinary. And not just any blame with Rainbow Connection, but it lost. And I felt like it should have won when I submitted it for it, but that's okay. Anyway, it's called Extraordinary. I'm not petty. Beep beep, black trans queen hitting the scene. A girl you want to marry, anything but ordinary, so go on and chill. Yeah! Why? Because I am extraordinary. A self-made woman with an estrogen-filled bosom, progesterone hips to boot. I may get looks big as they hit those books on why they're hating when I look so good. I don't need a tan with my melanin skin. Oh baby, please, I don't want your man. Sure, I'm loud, I make Marsha P proud, and that's why I'm a 10 out of 10. I'm extraordinary, anything but ordinary. People ask if I get tired of being me. On the contrary, I love being my minority. And this self-made love is my top priority. If you feel like you haven't done anything right in your life, you transitioned, then that's the most right thing you can always do. So thank you so much for coming out. I know it's cold, I know it's 8 o'clock. I know I'm hungry, but we do this so people can be safe. That's why, I'm bald, I'm black, I'm trans, so people like me can be safe because there's not a lot of representation out there. So if I have to be the representation, I will.
Damn right.
And damn right. And you can be the representation for the people in your communities. It doesn't start with just one. It starts with all of us. Being out here is the first fucking step. We're fucking doing it. We're trans. We're transitioning. We're wearing what we want to wear, and we're happy, right?
Yeah.
And that's all that fucking matters. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See, I heard Jinx speak, and I just knew that she had to be our closing act, because the words that come out of your mouth are so beautiful and so powerful, and they hit me in such a real way, and I love that, because I'm transmasculine, but I feel your story, and I see your story, because we're both part of the trans community, and I just want to express how much love I have for all of you who are here with us today, whether you're trans, whether you're an ally, whether you're questioning maybe, just know that, like, you're doing a great job. I want to also let you know about really exciting work that's coming up. Because like Jinx said, it takes all of us to get these things done, to make sure that we're safe and that we can live our lives the way we want to, right? So the LGBTQ committee of NEPA Stands Up is putting on a workshop series. It's going to be in April, May, and June, and that's going to culminate in a day of action. So the first of the workshop series is going to be sort of an Ally 101 workshop for folks who we know have the heart and have the spirit and want to help, but maybe just they don't know how. They don't know the right words to use. They don't know what gender versus sex is. They don't know what these things mean, but they're open and they're here for us, and they just need to be shown the way. So that's kind of the first one. The second one is going to dive more into the actual political landscape that we're seeing right now, both good legislation, like the Safe and Equal Schools Act, and also what is there that we need to fight against. And then the third workshop is going to be like, what are the strategies to actually get this work done? So I am looking for people who are part of the queer community, who are knowledgeable and interested in doing something around either graphic design for the presentation, research for the presentation, or helping to give the presentation. Because just me being up there to give it is not full representation of our community, and I want to make sure that everyone's voices are heard and not just mine. Because that can be really frustrating. I like being able to speak, but I also I want to create a platform where all of us can be heard too. So if you are interested in helping work on this workshop series, which I think is going to be really important, then let me know right after this. We're going to have a sort of working meeting for it next Wednesday, and the time can be subject to change depending on who's interested in coming. But yeah, next Wednesday, which is somebody knows the date.
April 3rd.
Yes, it is the 3rd. So next Wednesday, the 3rd, we're going to do a little Zoom meeting. I'm going to be sending out an email to our LGBTQ tags. So if you have not signed our list, please do that before you leave so you can get the info on that.
The Wilkes University and King's College does a Women's and Gender Studies Conference every year, and this year The focus is on trans identity and feminism. If you're interested, it's completely free. It's open to the public. The keynote speaker is Monday, April 7th at 7. Her name is Dr. Heather Hewitt. She's going to be talking about, I think she, I hope that I'm right with the pronouns. Should look beforehand. Talking about trans rights and women's rights, feminism, and the fight for gender justice. So that will be the keynote. And then all day on the 9th, there'll be panels and different presenters. Phoenix will be presenting. I'm presenting.
I'm also
with some of my students. Yes, and you're presenting. So it's completely free. If you go to wilkes.edu/WGS, you can see the entire program. But it's free and open to the public. So if any of you are interested and available, then come check it out.
So I just want to open up the opportunity right now if folks who didn't perform want to share. It's Transgender Day of Visibility, so if you got some joy that you want to share with us, I'd like to invite you to share it. If you're an ally who wants to share some joy and pride that you have in somebody that you love who is trans or non-binary, come share it. I feel like we're in like a nice circular type space, so we can all just kind of talk. I'll even squat if that makes you feel like I'm less intimidating. I know I'm not really the most intimidating person, but I'm standing and everyone else is sitting. But does anyone want to like share what trans visibility means to you, or like what trans joy means to you? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Krem. My pronouns are he, him. I am transgender. I'm female to male, whatever. I'm one of the trans people that didn't really realize or understand that I was trans until I was older. And when I was in high school, or in middle school and stuff, I started to realize that I was feeling like a little bit different, especially when puberty started to happen. I was actually pretty feminine as like a kid, but it felt more like it was imposed upon me as opposed to what I was actually interested in. And I've always held like an interest for like the stereotypical feminine and masculine type of things. And when I was in middle school, I started to realize like maybe I'm like gender fluid or something like that. But then I don't really like to talk about it too much, but there was like the rise of like transmedicalism. And transmedicalism can be very damaging to people, especially just understanding what being trans is, because it tries to tell you that there is a specific way to be trans, and that is not true. There is no specific way to be trans. You either are or you're not. It's really that simple, to me at least. I kept pushing down the fact that I was trans for years. I ended up recloseting myself for years because I thought, oh, well, I like to do this and this. That must mean I'm not trans. That's not true. I spent so long being unhappy and being so volatile and just uncomfortable with myself and insecure that I was like, something just isn't right. So I eventually started to realize that I am trans. I thought I was non-binary. And then I realized, well, that doesn't feel comfortable either. I feel more comfortable just being a man. But one of the things that still is kind of stopping me is like, not necessarily stopping me, but kind of making me feel worse is like the lack of acceptance. You go on into any online space, you see people calling trans people everything under the sun, that we're this, this, and this because we're trans, or that we're this, this, and this because we're more progressive or whatever else, or we're trying to attack kids. If I had this knowledge when I was a kid, when I was a teenager growing up, especially in school, I probably would have realized and been way more comfortable with myself at an earlier age than having to spend years learning and like having to undo the damage that was done to me as a teenager and as a child. So I think having this type of community around and having other kinds of people like me speak up and make themselves known is really important to make other people who were like me when I was a teenager or a kid. And so, I mean, that's kind of what trans visibility means to me.
This is a poem about, when I was growing up, I kind of just identified as a girl. I never really was given a reason to question it. I was and still remain feminine to this day, and the way I kind of conceptualize the person I used to be is as like a different person almost. Like the little girl that I used to be is still in existence somewhere. The poem doesn't have a title, but I want to thank the little girl I used to be for making me the man I am today, and sometimes I still wonder who she would be if we had been her instead of me. Our mother mourned her when I was born. I didn't get what she thought she lost yet, because yesterday was still a mirror, and I knew I had only just begun. But a lot has happened in 10 years, and now that mirror is a painting of a girl who understood she didn't belong here the moment she realized she couldn't see herself growing old. Her name is a secret now, but the little girl I used to be is still somewhere inside of me, and even though the path forward isn't totally clear yet, I know we made the right turn, because the dark fog and brambles we were stumbling through finally gave way to roses and warm sunshine.
Damn.
So I'm not trans, but I want to issue this as a sort of thank you and a reason why this is very meaningful to me. I have some junk going on with my body and stuff like that that is different and medical. I've been very lucky and very blessed to have trans people in my life since I was very young. Obviously, I can't look at you because you're going to cry if I do this. Obviously, April. But the point that I want to make, and I'm going to try not to make it too long, is that the relationship that I have with my body and the reason I've been able to get through some of these medical issues is because of trans people. I developed a relationship where I found that, like, this thing, even when it doesn't work, still works, and I don't think I ever would have gotten that without my trans friends. And I have this thing in my head that I think of all the time where there's this word like valid, like, like, oh, like your transness is valid, but it goes beyond that, right? For anyone to have a meaningful relationship with their body and to work and deconstruct gender and expectation, like, you're not just valid, you are ontologically necessary to create a decent society. What you are doing in terms of visibility is not just like standing out there in the open. It helps everyone, and the only way that we can ever be decent to one another is by doing what you're doing. And I know how hard it gets, and I've seen how hard it gets, and I'm sorry that it's hard, and just thank you for doing what you're doing, and please keep doing it. Thank you.
I had a birthday party last weekend, and I got to wear like a really sick, cool vest. It's related to gender, I swear to God.
No, I believe you. Sometimes you just put something on and you're like,
whoa.
That just feels right. Like I'm somebody who like never, like when I transitioned, I was like, I need to go full mask, and then I was like, why would I do that? I'm non-binary. But I would, to just like kind of try to make myself a little more like palatable, which is really sad to say, but I used to do that. And so I have this like really nice blue suit that I wear a red tie with, and I look like a freaking all-American boy. And I was almost going to wear it to that Harrisburg rally for Safe and Equal Schools, and then the dry cleaner was like, we can't clean this in time. And I was like, shit. So I went with my partner, Caleb, to Express, and I have a really hard time with clothes because I just do. I think that's something that trans people experience, is just difficulty around clothing and putting something on that just feels right. And so I was a little nervous I wasn't going to find something, and then I did, and I found these pants that fit perfectly. And then I found this cool shirt that fit perfectly.
Shirt and pants.
And I didn't just look masculine, I looked queer. And I was like, yay! I found professional, still like clearly queer person, like, because I don't want people to like look at me and be like, you look a little suspect. I want people to know like I'm part of your community, even though sometimes I wear. Yeah, people need to know. And so it was really exciting to be able to like incorporate convert that into something that was more, you know, office-y type attire. Like I had to wear something professional, but I was able to still make it me. So I totally get you with the vest, like 100%. I'm pretty sure everybody gets you with the vest.
Yes. A vest was like one of the first masculine pieces of clothing that I ever got for myself, and it was like a really big step in my transition for me. I 100% get the vest thing, man.
I remember when I was like a teenager, like in middle school and high school, I used to get, this is how I should have known, because I used to get so tight because I'm like, my chest doesn't go with my outfit. My chest doesn't go with my outfit, I can't just remove them. They were there, and I was like, if the shirt looks funny, I can't look masculine enough, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, but I should have known. I should have known.
I actually had something to say, but you can go first, Mom.
That's my kid.
No.
And my kid who's worked really hard for a long time and just got into Berkeley. Can't afford it, but
It's okay.
they got it.
Hey, I did it though.
I'm just really proud.
Oh, we are too.
Especially with trans visibility, I just wanted to, because I'm 17, I came out a little over a year ago? Publicly? I think something like that. Privately to my parents, those are my parents. Privately to them about a little over 2 years ago, publicly about a year ago. But like, it hasn't been easy, it hasn't been a stroll, but there is hope. Things are getting better at school. As soon as I did want to come out publicly, I did, and we emailed the superintendent being like, we will Title IX your ass if you don't do this.
Yeah.
And it worked. But I became the first person to change my name in the system at the school, and now other people have been able to do it.
Yes.
Because I was able to pave that
Yes.
way. Things are working. What we're doing is working. It's helping. I was able to legally change my name. I've been able to push my school to actually do things and help my other trans friends, which I have a lot of them. Even though I'm 17, I have a lot of people my age that I know that are trans. And while most of them don't have supportive parents, I've been able to help them a bit and help pave ways and help forge forward because of the work that you guys are doing and because of the work that you guys have done. And I just want to remind you that it does work. I know sometimes it can be really discouraging, but it does work. It is working. It does do something. So keep at it. Keep your spirits. Woo!
Krem said before that being online and being openly trans goddamn sucks with all your harassment and bad mouthing that we get. But I know that first of all I'm totally online and I am totally addicted. But also, people will reach out to you, and the more you are visible, the more people will come to you with questions, and it's hard to have that vulnerability and to be open to people, but helping people find out the questions, is this really what it's like? And sometimes they'll say, oh, that doesn't sound like me right now, and I said, that's totally cool, but when people come out to you and say, you know what, I think this is who I am, and you help me answer those questions, it feels so goddamn good. It is the biggest dopamine hit I've had, and it's happened to me 3 times so far this year. So put up with the trolls and troll back.
I forgot something in my speech that I had planned to say, and it's the most beautiful thing that's happened to me in my life since coming out is trans love. T for T love.
T for T!
This is my girlfriend Alex, and I love her so much. The time I spent with Alex has felt more myself than I've ever been. I've never been seen in this way, and I hope that all trans people have the opportunity to experience trans love at some point in their life. And yeah, every single thing that I do in the trans community is because of her. And watching her build the beautiful pinball community in Scranton is so special.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I am an ally, so I won't take up too much time, but I did want to say that I think community is one of the most important things for the queer community and also the trans community. After like joining, I'm part of the pinball group, and after joining that, it was such a huge boost to my social life. And I've seen for myself that like so many other people who have joined that group have found like community and friendship, especially amongst the people who are trans in that group. So I just want to say that like when we talk about trans visibility and just visibility in general, like that aspect I think is just so necessary. When you have that crew of people who you're like, they're my people, then that can make a huge difference in people's lives. So I think that's been what trans visibility means to me, is like just that feeling of community. And I really I thank them every day for all the great things that they've done for people in the community and for also me. So yeah, that's all.
Hey everybody. Hi, so I'm Jess, I'm the organizing director for Action Together. I just want to say, like, I'm so glad that we were able to, like, huddle in here together. But also, like, if you're in the Wilkes Barre area, like, if you live, like, right in Wilkes Barre, like, this office is, like, whenever we're open, and if we're not open, we can be open. Like, this is a safe space. Like, if you ever need that, you know, feel free. Like, this is a community room. It's for the community. So I just want to say thank you all for, like, sticking it out through the rain. The weather seems a bit transphobic. Levi asked me to order nicer weather, and I'm sorry that I don't. But I just want to thank you all for coming back here. Thank you for this amazing program. And I just hope everybody has, like, a lovely, beautiful